As we're walking toward the old market square, where both my sisters are parked, I'm worrying about how to navigate the next diplomatic pitfall ahead of me, which sister to ride home with. Claudia's the natural choice, since my luggage is already in her car. I want to go with Sylvia, so we can have a few words in private, but if I do that, Claudia will be sure we're ganging up on her and talking behind her back again. Let's get a liver kiss, Simon, Claudia interrupts my train of thought. Come on, Sylvia says, I have tons of food at home. I bet you did once one. She's got me there. Liver kiss literally means liver cheese, although it doesn't contain liver or cheese. Unless you go for the variety that does have pockets of cheese inside of the meatloaf, which melts as you heat it all up. And this logically is called cheese liver cheese. It's the sort of food I would find revolting if I was introduced to it now as an adult. But as things are, I love the stuff, and I have to have it at least once whenever I'm in Austria. Plus I can prove to Claudia that I do take her side occasionally. Do you mind? I make pleading eyes at Sylvia, and she gives her indulgent oldest sister huff. All right then. I go ahead and start up the fireplace. See you in a while. The chime of the shop door tinkles and my salivary glands obediently react to the sound like it's Pavlov's bell. Whoever said that home is the memory of foods eaten in childhood must have had this butcher's come takeaway in mind. A teenage girl takes her order, mine with gherkins, Claudia's with mustard, and we watch her transfer the meatloaf from the heating cabinet to a board where she cuts off 2 precise slices. When I was growing up, the loaves used to be bigger, and no self-respecting small-town butcher would have let you leave with a portion less than 2 fingers thick. Claudia's thinking along the same lines. God, look at how tiny they are, she says, just like in Vienna. The girl offers, I can make it double. How much is that? Claudia asks. Double? Not danke. My sister makes her no thanks sound like a fuck off. She pays for both our meals, and her small act of generosity makes me feel ridiculously grateful. We eat outside in the cold, and though the roll is a bit stale and the meat is only lukewarm, the food still comforts me. We can get on with each other, I think. We can get through these next couple of days. My goodwill even holds when Claudia fussily brushes a few breadcrumbs off the front of my jacket before she allows me inside her car. We drive through town up the charmingly named Gallows Hill, narrow and wicked steep. They may no longer hang folks there, but the hill still exacts its tribute, the sweat and tears of generations of learner drivers stalling their engines trying to get up the bloody thing. The main road takes us past personal landmarks, the greengrocer where our family used to do incidental shopping, still owned by the same couple who must be ancient by now. The grammar school where all 4 of us went, and where Sylvia taught until retirement. And to the left, the hospital where my mother worked most of her life, and where she died. Claudia drives impassive like a cabbie who's new to the place, just familiar enough with the streets to know her way around, but with no emotional ties. I don't know how she does it. No matter how long ago I left, this town is in my blood and bones. I may not like it here, but it's still home. Sylvia lives just outside the town. The village is really a small clustering of houses and a couple of farms. It shares the town's postcode, and there's no school, no church, not even a shop, but it has its own big sign proudly proclaiming its name. We pull into Sylvia's driveway, and the neighbour's dog launches into a yowling sort of lamentation. Let's get the hell out of my hood, strangers, and more, whatever is the world coming to? Its owner, paprika-head woman in a snow parka, stops unloading her shopping to stare at us. Grüß Gott! I call to her because that's how it was brought up, polite to the older people. But Claudia ignores the woman like she's not even there, confirming what everyone around here knows. But the only people more stuck up than the Viennese are those who grew up around here and then moved out to the capital. While I'm struggling with my suitcase, Claudia strides to the front door, pushes it open without knocking, like she owns the place. Like it's alright. If it went the other way around, if we decided to barge into her house unannounced, she would really let us have it. Stop it, I tell myself, and I try to remember the easy camaraderie we shared before. Sylvia's changed into jogging pants, jumper and woolly socks, all of which make her look less haggard than the tailored trousers and blouse she was wearing earlier. The last few weeks have not been kind on her, but then all three of us look older than we did last time we saw each other, only a few months ago for Christmas. There's freshly brewed coffee and we have it on the bench by the fireplace. I love this house, but I wonder how Sylvia doesn't get lonely here, with her husband gone, her children and grandchildren on the other side of the planet, and no pets to keep her company. The good thing is that with all this space, I won't have to share a room with Claudia. Before I take my much needed shower, I fire off a quick text to Molly explaining why I'm called her yet. Don't worry, she replies right away. I know you've got a lot on your plate. Just look after yourself and take it easy, like we are. This is followed by a photo of herself and the cat snuggle up together. My homesickness is an ache, like part of my body is trying to wrench itself free from the rest of me and join them on the couch. When I go back downstairs, still homesick but a lot cleaner, dinner's ready. Fresh bread, salad, meat, cheese, eggs. They've opened a bottle of Prosecco, and by the looks of it, they've been making good progress even without my help. We've done enough work for the day, Sylvia says. The rest can wait until tomorrow. She fills a glass for me and we toast to Mama. I tell myself not to drink so fast. I'm dehydrated and tired and I haven't been eating lots besides. But my resolve lasts for exactly 2 sips. By an unspoken agreement, no one is talking about the funeral or even our mum. As usual, I can't help wonder why so much of my sister's conversations about their children. Alright, Sylvia has no partner and she's retired, but even Claudia sounds like she hasn't got a husband, no job, no friends. I mean, I love my nieces and nephews, or at least I think I like them well enough. But they must have other things in their lives, right? It almost seems frivolous of me not to have any offspring to boast about. I avoid talking about the cat, because I know Claudia would give me the pity, oh, child replacement look, which I hate. So I tell them about the gigs I've been to, the places I've visited with friends, life as a counsellor, the fraught relationship with my supervisor who seems eternally disappointed in me. Without realising it, I've slipped into my old role in this family, downplaying my achievements, playing my failures up for laughs, all while not really giving away too much about myself. But even so, it's a nice evening, cosy and companionable, until we switch to wine and I can tell something is shifting. I remember when our psychology teacher at school told us that alcohol doesn't change you, but just enhances your underlying mood or general disposition. This appealed to my teenage self because I couldn't drink without crying. And this theory made me understand I was just the miserable, tragic figure I believed myself to be in those days. My mother, outgoing with her patients, yet oddly restrained with her own family, became positively affectionate after a few glasses. She would hug us, tell us she loved us and how proud of us she was. And then she would start telling bad jokes. By contrast, my father would turn maudlin and eventually downright miserable. No surprise then that at family gatherings, everyone was glad that he was the designated driver. Just like my mother would uplift everyone, he would make the liveliest of parties grind to a depressing halt. Claudia's been the sole designated driver in her family for as long as I can remember. Or rather, since those times when her husband got drunk and drove them home anyway and came close to losing his license, never mind putting them all in mortal danger. This is why it's been ages since I last saw Claudia even a little bit tipsy, and I'm starting to feel uneasy. I can't put my finger on it, I can't say why, but I'm beginning to suspect that she could be a mean drunk. The blue light on my phone has been blinking for a while now, and I'm itching to see whether it's a message from Molly. Just take a look, Claudia says, voice sickly sweet, like she's hiding a smirk. I can see you want to. And adds, after all, it could be your girlfriend. Her eyes, small and hard now, turn to Sylvia. In German, we use the same word for female friend and for girlfriend. I count the seconds until the penny drops for Sylvia. To her credit, she doesn't miss a beat, and she just asks the same question she would if she had just found out who was dating a new man. What's her name? What'd she do? Is she nice? Only the pronoun has changed. I can see how disappointed Claudia is that her big reveal, the outing of Judith, has fallen flat. She's gulping her wine down now. Do you have any photos? Sylvia asks. I hesitate and then decide to go all in. Oh, you look really happy, she says. And Molly's so pretty. Look, isn't she pretty, Claudia? Claudia puts on her reading glasses and squints at my display. I can tell the exact moment when she realizes that the difference in our skin tones is not down to the fact that my girlfriend just tans exceptionally well.